friends of Monday Madness, and welcome back to the Jellyfilled Donut podcast.
Woo! Woo!
The usual here, Jonathan, James, and Burkbot guiding you through now what is a very ploddy episode, boys and girls.
Fantastic. Can't wait.
It's time for another gym challenge, and this episode is the Electric Shock Showdown, also known as the Lieutenant Surge episode, as we all know it as. So, it was a good time to share our own gaming memories. Do we remember Lieutenant Surge from the games?
Oh, I just remember taking so long to get through that the gym. It was
bins.
one of the most annoying puzzles to get through because there wasn't any skill to it.
No.
It was find a bin, one of the 8 bins surrounding it will also unlock it. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, pretty much like. Unfortunately, none of that shite in this episode. It is purely like a one-on-one like fight. Basically, it's a shoot fight. It would have been hilarious though if like Lieutenant Surge was acting the bollocks and this goes, "No, Ash, if you want to fight my Raichu, you'll have to look through these bins." Stupid
I
kids.
wish that did happen.
Wouldn't have been funny. Like,
yeah.
That's how the episode starts. It's like Ash is rummaging through bins because he's been told by the gym leader to do it. Ash is not a smart boy.
Also, he's hungry.
Totally unrelated to the matter at hand. And then some sort of pun about garbage. Maybe Lieutenant Surge perhaps is speaking a load of rubbish, and the narrator gets choked out by somebody. The episode starts off then with the crackling of a map and Ash's joyful face covered in dirt, filth generally, as he reached Vermilion City, according to the sign.
Maybe he was looking in a bin.
The last handful of episodes was Ash walking in the wrong direction.
More or less.
It was, here's the road from Cerulean to Vermilion, and Ash took off on that road in the wrong direction for 2 weeks.
Have you ever heard that?
Next episode, he is.
So this is what happens when Ash goes north. This is what happens when Ash goes east. This is what happens when Ash goes the right way.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. That old tenant was like, it's always the last place you look. Well, for Ash, it's the last place he goes.
Yeah.
That is the fucking right answer. The Reddit quips apparently it took them 2 weeks to make it here. Now, I'm assuming that's like 2 weeks between like Bill's episode and now. Like it could be, but I think they have said like, I think if you work it out, it was like a week in the difference.
Right.
Basically. That's why they're filthy. We see similar joyful faces on Misky and Brock, who all look just like scruffy. They look like they have been sleeping rough for like the last week.
Probably have been.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, Missy wants a bubble bath. That's her first thing in Vermilion City.
Yeah.
Brock wants a laundromat. Similar outfit.
Yeah.
While Ash wants to go straight to the gym and not even clean up. Because imagine walking into a gym, like even just a normal gym, dressed like that. It's like, no mate, get the fuck out. Clean first, then come back in. Ash is about to take off, but Brock pulls him back and points out that Pikachu is flat on the ground, exhausted. Like, have you not noticed your animal is in danger? No? Okay, fair enough. He looks like he's, like, they think he's hungry, perhaps. Or
maybe we should feed him. No,
we have to keep going
to the gym.
No, these are food. They don't eat food.
Yeah, name me one Pokemon that's hungry. You can't. No, there's no hungry Pokemon. They don't exist. So Brock said they haven't eaten anything decent for 3 days. How lost can you be that you couldn't find a way to even just a fish or some fruits for 3 days? Anyway, Ash asks if Pikachu is hungry and hears a growling stomach. I think that's not Pikachu. I think it was his.
That was Ash, yeah.
Yeah. Pikachu's barely able to nod in agreement. That's how the episode starts. It's like, this Pokemon is starving to death. Title screen. So, we get to the Pokemon Center. Ash is giving Pikachu and the Pokemon over to Nurse Joy.
Yeah.
Saying, I think it's hungry. It's like, no, I think it's abused. I think that's what the problem there is. Neglect, yeah.
We're going to be calling Pokemon services on you.
At what point does that have to happen?
Yeah, fucking Tusla gets called in, like, Pusla. Pusla. So they look puzzled at her, but explains, we're right. You did him with the Nurse Joy thing. Yeah, we're all cousins. It's like, yeah, we know.
We figured this out. Well, actually, no, they have to explain it.
We'll explain it to you next time you show up.
Yeah, exactly. Every Nurse Joy has to go through this whole thing. It's like, we're cousins. Yes, we all the same.
Seriously, she should just write it down next to, like, at the weapon sign.
Sign. Yeah, it's just like, no change. No change given in the Pokemon Center. Yes, we're all cousins. Stop asking.
No Irish.
No Irish. Vermilion are very xenophobic guys, in fairness. They always were. Actually, what is Vermilion City in our Irish analogues? Did we say it was Waterford? Or Cork?
Limerick, I would have thought.
Or Galway, I think we said. It was a
Portside town. Port City.
Yeah. It's Galway.
Galway.
Yeah,
Galway. Cool. I think we decided that a couple of episodes ago, but it's nice to confirm it just to be sure.
Or would it be the second city, which would make it Cork?
Ooh, no, I'd leave Cork for something else.
What would you count as the second city then in Canto?
Probably Fuchsia. Because it has the zoo as well. You got Photo Island.
Yeah.
Yes. Good shout.
Well done.
Yeah. We're working all these out, lads. Eventually, we'll have an Irish mod for Pokemon Red. You can stay tuned. All the youngsters will be changed. We'll have GA jerseys on or something like that.
That would be great.
Okay, I'm actually going to stop now because that's not going to. I can't.
Burkbot's actually going to look for this now.
Burkbot's going to start making this. So yeah, this droid thinks this nurse droid thinks she's the prettiest of the lot, which Brock obviously agrees because you know Brock has a stiffy.
Have we had too many of the Brock's a pervert? Yeah.
It kicks in a good bit in the next few episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like again, it's all there's a mini arc going on here, which is Brock's sexual awakening. Just something clicks in, and he's suddenly wow, what's happening here?
Yeah,
Brock uses harden.
He's not minding his siblings.
No, he's not. He's free now.
Yeah, he's free now.
All of her repression is coming out in bursts, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, the doors fling open as she's praising herself. And we see a youngster with a Chansey pushing a trolley. They run in. We see a fated Rattata. They zip past everyone. Brock ponders why it's in such rough shape. Joy says, this is a 15th one this month. Just abuse Pokemon everywhere. It's the awful job.
Now, are these ones who are coming from AJ's gym or from Surge's gym? Because AJ is now on the loose as well.
He's got a travelling gym that he just sets up every now and then. It's come on, get on this gym. Yeah.
There's all those youngster kind of Rattatas,
youngster Joeys everywhere.
This is where they weed them all out.
Yes, this is the entry level now. If you want to move on to level 2, Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah,
yeah,
because it is Brock and Misty are the easy ones, the ones that
the beginner levels.
Yeah, and then from Surge until Surge and Erica.
Yeah, I
probably pair them as well as you should know what you're doing now.
Yes. I always saw it as Surge, Erica, and Koga is there's your medium level. Sabrina is when it takes a fucking jump.
I'd say I throw Koga in at that level.
Really?
I think there's a big level gap between Erica and Koga and Sabrina.
Yeah, I suppose I'm just thinking because the poisons are very easy to beat. For the most part you'll have a ground type move.
But they're also in the 40s whenever you're battling them.
True, yeah, that's a good point.
So I put Koga, Sabrina, and Blaine all at the one level.
Yeah, and then Giovanni is a piece of piss, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Unless somehow you've run an electric type move, it's why? Why would you do that to yourself?
No, I kind of put
if you have a Zapdos, a Pikachu, and 4 Rattatas, you're laughing.
And how did you make it to the Pokemon League?
With that team.
How? That's what I'm asking. How did you do it?
Using skill and cunning, and lots of super potions, apparently.
I thought as much.
Wow.
So,
if we're now, I kind of would wonder what would happen in a Burkbot against Ash scenario.
Oh, I think Burkbot would still win. Zapdos kind of sorts that out.
Both of these are run at a brick wall until it breaks kind of levels of trainers.
Good point, actually. Yeah, that would make for an interesting battle.
Still managed to have a Zapdos.
Yeah, Zapdos is kind of the winner
that
there.
Was
Master Ball.
Yes.
That was my key objective. Because I had a Zapdos shiny card. I wanted a Zapdos. Done.
she met her objectives. You can't say fairer than that.
Yeah.
Is that not the objective of a Pokemon trainer? To catch one Pokemon? I think you find it is.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a legendary.
And to over level it the fuck.
Yeah, well in fairness it works. It's worked for people in the past. I know, I fucking cleared Pokemon Ruby with just a Blaziken. Because Blaziken's class.
Yeah.
It's fast, it hits hard, and
it's not canon yet.
It's not canon yet though, but that's an example of it. Nidoking is the speedrunner's favourite.
Yeah.
If you can get a Nidoking, if you get Nidoran, Nidoking, put any moves you want on it, and you can just piss towards it through the end.
You can get to level 100 Nidoking before facing Brock in the red and blue.
Because it's easy to level up as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's glitches galore to give you that.
I didn't know this when I was 7, guys. All right.
You should watch just one speedrun. It's fascinating because it's okay, you have to do all these buttons. And suddenly here's Laura. I said, "Fucking hello, what?" Okay, boomer. So We see a hospital ward of Pokemon with all bandages on them and worry trainers beside them going like, oh no, this Pokemon training's not for me. Oh god.
Trying to give up and get an actual job in an education.
Yeah, all of those guys you just saw now work in IT. They still have the sound
I work in IT.
Yeah. I could have been a failed trainer too. So Joy explains that they all lost to Lieutenant Surge, who's a Vermilion City gym leader. Ash ponders that he must be a great gym leader. Missy asks if Ash is scared. Ash obviously denies it. But Missy thinks that Ash is talking big, but turns into a chicken whenever there's a tough gym challenge around.
Yeah.
Which is appropriate considering that like the two gym leaders that he faced is now joining him on his fucking adventures.
Yeah.
She suggests that he quits now, considering the two badges he got were from out of pity, which is actually true.
Very, very true.
Unfairly true, I think.
Like I said, if Misty had kept hammering at him, with this,
this situation would not have come across. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he actually might have done better in the end than he did.
Yeah. So anyway, Missy flicks Ash's nose as he kind of like fobs her off, and it's like, no, I can take on any challenge. But stop it. Kind of. Now I quite like that. Missy goads him into proving how tough he is by challenging Surge. Brock quips that he going by the hospital ward can be pretty tough to beat. Ash doubts himself as Missy says they'll look bad if he loses to him. Ash fires up and goes to flick Missy back, but Joy intervenes, reminding them that it's a hospital. Sorry, this is a Wendy's. And everyone gives them evil glances because they're like, I can't believe you're doing a battle here amongst all these sick Pokemon. You have no shame. So, how dare you, like...
How dare you use our fighting machines for fighting?
Yes, like, come on, man. Like, read the room, like, this Sandshrew is on 1 HP and has like
somehow.
And this Caterpie has a bandage around its antenna, which is hilarious.
Oh, the poor Caterpie.
To be fair, if you're going in with a fucking Caterpie into a gym battle, you deserve to get trounced.
Yes.
Deserve it. Holy shit, people. It's a third gym, come on.
Yeah.
Honestly. So, Joy remarks that when two people fight, it's because they really care about each other. To which both of them go, oh no, cooties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a whole lot of fan fiction writers get their first drafts open, and the whole generation of nonsense begin again.
Yeah. I'd say that's probably already been well in motion at that stage.
Oh, totally. After 13 episodes, they were well in there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nails on. So we hear a bell as Joe says, oh, you're a Pokemon I've recovered. And so they have, because we see Pikachu nibbling on a tiny little apple.
Aww.
Really loving life. Going like, I was starving 2 minutes ago. And we see the Pokeballs alongside him as well on this table. Ash sees Pikachu and says he'll need a full stomach to take on the next gym battle. Just as he says that, you see a trainer with an injured Pidgey running along with a Chansey.
Like that trainer should absolutely just give up on their badge.
A bird in electric typing. Have a fucking word with yourself, mate. Like literally, you could have caught a Sandshrew around the corner.
Could have caught a Diglett down the road.
Yeah,
Diglett's cave is
just there,
right there for you.
People, please.
It's not even like, oh, you should have caught a Geodude before you jumped over the ledge and can't go back now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a case of that. There's a Diglett cave right down the road.
You know what, you're right. Fuck these kids. I don't have any fucking loyalty to them. Like these are all mistakes that they're all making.
Actually, it's Diglett's
But
cave.
they all didn't start in Palatown.
They don't need to. As James said, Diglett Cave is just there.
Diglett cave is just outside of the town.
I suppose, yeah.
In the show, maybe not.
Maybe not. We haven't got to Diglett Cave yet, so I suppose they might have justified it.
Anywhere near us right now, including filler.
Yes,
then,
maybe.
Then there's no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps we'll justify ourselves in a couple of episodes. We won't know. So yeah, just to say that we have the Pidgey run in. Pikachu gets spooked emotions that he doesn't want to fight because Misty says, "Oh, it must have came from that gym." Yeah. And the Pikachu just went, "Gym? No, okay, fine." It's like my dog when it learns it's going for a walk. It's like, no, it's not happening.
Not the outside.
Seriously, your dog is weird.
Tell me about it. Fucking hell.
But Pikachu should know that, I suppose they don't know the type of... Lieutenant Surge should give them an idea. It's fucking electric type. The gym,
giant bolts of lightning outside the gym doors.
Yeah.
Which you could probably see at some point in the town.
He could just be a big AC/DC fan.
He could be a cloud type trainer.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. He goes like, Pikachu is obviously worried that Ash doesn't care that he ends up like this Pidgey. They're kind of talking it through and goes like, yeah, no, that's right. It's not going to happen. Like, you're going to win. And like Pikachu goes like, please let go of me. Stop trying to pull me towards the gym.
Yeah.
Is there clinging onto the seat going, no, stop it.
God.
So Ash is telling him not to be a scaredy cat, but Pikachu shocks him for his trouble. Misty quips, oh, they must care about each other as well.
Deflection.
Yeah. So we see the exterior of the gym, which is lightning bolts all over the building. Again, I don't know what type of trainer he could be.
He's just really quick.
Yeah, he's fast.
Yeah.
He's like, whoosh. Yeah.
He's a weather type gym.
Yeah. He's actually just a weatherman going like, hello, welcome to the forecast. We predict a storm in front of your ass getting kicked. Coming in from the south.
There is a 70% chance of pain.
That's his day job.
Yeah.
Since he's left the army, he's needed like a job. So he's on like the local TV station going like, hello, check these guns. Yeah, I forecast a lot of action with these guns. And also a hurricane on the way. But apart from that, look at these guns. So, Misty says it's not too late to back out now. But Ash refuses, saying he's going to win. Ash, in fact, says, if you think I'm going to get creamed, you're going to be disappointed. Let's see what happens 10 minutes later. Brock tells him to go inside. The doors fling open and we see one guy wearing a leather jacket and no shirt, because clearly he's an arsehole.
I think you missed one of the other lines as well, which was Misty can't wait to see Ash's face when he gets creamed.
Oh yeah, that's
the other one.
They've already left Bill's house.
Oh dear, yeah. That's not
disturbing.
That's not.
I just kind of don't think you can gloss over that.
No, I'm trying to, James. Please let me move on. Again, why are you being the weird one here? This is not like this is. You're not drinking a cider anymore. That's what's upsetting you.
Could possibly be the same.
Yeah.
Lack of cider.
I am now empty. Like my can is empty.
There is more.
I know it's chilling. It's not cold enough.
Because warm cider turns her into a pervert apparently.
Yeah.
Turns her weird. Anyway,
we have a box of warm cider at home.
Lads, that is a conversation for you two. I don't need to be here for this, alright? I am not third wheeling here. Fucking spray pig in the corner, apparently. Right, so we see a guy wearing a leather jacket and a woman with a headband and tank top and dog tags. So Ash says he's here for a Pokemon battle as the guy quips to the boss that we've got another one for the emergency room. You know, because we're really nice people. And the man in the back stands up and just keeps like rising. Like he's like in a sitting down position, but he's the same height as the two guy in the foreground. He just like stands up and goes, whoop, there we go. He's 8 foot tall. Great. And as I said, he walks towards us and we see, it's Lieutenant Surge in his army-esque get-up. Yeah. He's got his like 6-pack out. He's got the gun show ready to go. Dog tags, a whole lot. Everyone's like in awe of his size, going like, look at the size of that guy. Lieutenant Surge welcomes them to the gym and Surge hugs Misty. Not because like he knows she's a gym leader. He thinks she's challenging.
Well, she's the one that's standing forward. Out of the three of them.
That is true, yeah.
So, I don't blame him for assuming she's the challenger.
I do like how Surge is cast here, because you think like he's a hard ass, but he's just like one of those dopey, really nice guys who's really muscly and goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I just love battling, you know? Guys, you know, can we all be friends? So he obviously thinks this is the next challenge.
I remembered him being so much more batty.
I remember him being a complete prick.
Yeah.
Like a complete arsehole.
Watching it here, it's like, there's nothing.
He's just a goofy guy, like he's like fucking Gumshoe out of Ace Attorney, like he's just like lovable gobshite, like that just is so large, but he doesn't do anything. He's like a bear, like a.
It's like, are we mistaking him with LT Smash from The Simpsons, who ends up being the bad guy?
Ah, maybe. One did inspire
Lieutenant LT Smash.
Yeah.
One did inspire the other. In fairness,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And the two of their powers combined, they become Duke Nukem. Hail to the king, baby! Oh, he died a death, didn't he? Poor bastard. Anyway, so Surge calls Misty a cute challenge, and promises not to go easy on her because, you know, gym leader's code and shit.
Yeah.
Misty clarifies she's not challenging because, you know, she's a gym leader. We can't do that shit. Maybe they can. I don't know how the hierarchy works.
They see any reason they can't.
Yeah, maybe Blaine walks up to Giovanni and goes, right, you cunt, this is for ruining my career.
And Giovanni's like, you do know I'm the ground gym leader?
Shh, details.
So, you know what? Yeah, let's go. Also, you two.
Yes. Let's have fun, shall we? So Misty clarifies she's not challenging, and when Surge asks who, Ash pipes up. Serge realises who it is, stands up and pats Ash on the head, going, "Oh, look at you, you're 10.
You baby.
Look at you." And just there with his teeth going, "Oh, look at you." Just gives him like a $5 to buy sweets or something like that.
Yeah.
Ash takes his hand off him and says his name. Ash chuckles, saying, "I call everyone who listens to me a baby." Because the voice acting is weird. Like he's too like fucking Barney Rubble or something.
Yeah.
Serge notices the Pikachu clinging onto Ash's leg and goes, "Oh, look, it's a Pikachu. Hey guys, look, it's a Pikachu. Let's all laugh at the Pikachu."
Look at the baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
In fairness, if you equated it to like, here's, he has a big Rottweiler and you see someone walking in with a Rottweiler pup. Hey, look, the puppy.
Yeah, in fairness, yeah. It's like, oh, look, I had one of them too.
I had one of them.
Yes.
Yeah,
here's mine.
So no, I don't think there's even anything wrong in how he's doing this.
Yeah, in fairness. Again, he keeps trash talking, getting the baby brought him along a baby Pokemon, which is not technically true because Pichu didn't exist yet. Anyway, details. Ash tells him
compared to the Raichu.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. He tells him to stop, asking him why is he making fun of it. Pikachu starts getting brave as well, starts like puffing the chest out. Serge says he'll show them why and opens up a Pokeball, and out comes a Raichu. That fucking towers over the Pikachu. Yeah. There isn't that much of a height difference, incidentally. It's just this is just for like comparison, I guess. Yeah. Just to say, oh look,
just for effect.
Yeah, dramatic effect.
Yeah. Do you love how competitive Pikachu and Raichu get? Like, and that's a consistent thing.
Yes.
Anytime you have a Raichu over the series, Pikachu and it are automatically like, I'm going to fight you.
I like it. It brings out the best in Pikachu in that sense, and the Raichu's going like, ooh, I like a challenge.
Yeah.
Because then, like, as we kind of explained, like, the Raichus have to be kind of evolved at the right time. So, like, some of them are well underqualified in some senses, as we later find out. So Ash brings out the Pokedex, confirms that Raichu is indeed the evolution of Pikachu, which I presume, I'd like to think Ash knew, but I get the feeling he didn't. So Ash offers, or Serge offers Ash the chance to quit, but Ash says no. Serge suggests that if he wants to be a Pokemon trainer, you should evolve your Pokemon as soon as you catch it. This is the Chekhov's gun of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in your pocket for the moment. Ash says there's more to raising Pokemon than evolving it, and he likes Pikachu just the way he is. Everyone laughs and Serge corrects him. Using electric Pokemon are only useful when they've learned all their electric attacks. Keeping Pikachu puny the way it is means it's little more than a pet. Again, this is up for debate because like electric type moves are fair enough. Electric type, like as a whole, are quite like they're kind of like their own island in that sense. They're very electric and is like depending if they're maybe a dual type, you'll get crossover with moves. But for the most part, they are kind of on their own. You wouldn't get like an extra type on top of it, like how Rock and Ground are, or Psychic and something else. You know?
Even if you're thinking in the first handful of games, the Pikachu line entirely electric, Magnemite line entirely electric for the one that they were in.
Yeah,
Electabuzz the same again.
Voltorb
same again. Good. Ampharos was fully electric.
Mm-hmm.
So no, they kept like electric without mixing it too much for a good bit.
I think because I'm trying to think now. Like for the most part, it is a very pure type type in that sense.
Yeah.
You very rarely get like nowadays it's different. You have like electric flying and like the recent one has like ice electric is a fucking disaster. But as I said, like you don't normally get like an electric mixing in that sense.
I'm trying to think when the first one that actually mixed.
Well, Zapdos would be electric flying as well, I guess. If you count that. Lantern would be water electric.
There we go.
Yeah. And for the most part, like you don't get that. There's not much call for like mixed electrics, which is odd.
Yeah.
Because it can it is a good option to have, but at the same time, like it's
electric's best. It's because they tend to be quick and high special.
Yes. But nothing else.
Having something else with it makes it awkward. Like you look at Lantern, which is heavy, which is like it eats attacks and then it
can dish out some damage, but not as much.
It doesn't play the same kind of strengths.
Yeah, that's true. It's very much like in a sense, like the electrics are a bit of a one-trick pony. So you can have one in your team, no problem, but like you will get use out of it, and that's it. It won't be like an all-rounder, like you would get with certain other types. But I like the electric type generally, though.
I just think Raichu's cute.
Well, it's not my favourite electric type now. In fairness, that goes down for us because like it's a cute.
I don't know what that is.
It's the one for Generation 2.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Okay, fair enough.
Not canon yet.
Never happened. That's a lie. So, so Mystery ponders then that Pikachu can beat Raichu, and Brock seriously doubts it. especially if Raichu is armed with all electric attacks. Surge trash talks again with Ash and Pikachu squares up again. Brock remarking how surprising that it is that Pikachu is like up for the fight. Again, that kind of the territorial like instinct started to kick in here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Missy, however, disagrees, saying it's not surprising at all because apparently she understands the Pokemon more than the Pokemon breeder does.
Yeah.
Or his trainer.
Yeah, actually that could be it too. Ash says he's counting on Pikachu, and Surge goes, "Oh well," and advises that playing with the big boys can be a shocking experience.
Ooh.
The lights come on as the players take their positions. The PA explains it's a 1 versus 1 battle, Raichu versus Pikachu with no time limits.
Yep.
Because clearly this is a battle that can go on for 60 minutes, like fucking Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. It needs a fucking tiebreaker. That's not happening.
So wait,
yes.
Yeah, I was going to say wait. So we have a time limit has been put onto this match.
Yeah.
They've learned from their lesson from the Metapod episode.
Well, to be fair, the Metapod episode was in the forest. This is a regulation Pokemon gym battle. It needs a time limit.
Well, were many of those kids coming in with Metapods then?
I tell you that was the deterrent.
Yeah.
It's like Harden. Like, no, you can't keep doing it. Harden. It's like, stop, dude. Fucking come on.
Agility.
That's what happens. Like, you try and go into Lieutenant Surge and try and park the bus. They have a rule against parking the bus.
That's exactly it.
Fucking youngster Jose Mourinho is fucked here. A young Tony Pulis takes notes. So, we switch into battle mode for the time being. Ash starts off by telling Pikachu to use Thunder Shock, but Raichu resisted completely, much to Pikachu's shock. Surge suggests a real Thunder Shock to Raichu, which hurts Pikachu massively.
Okay.
Pikachu, in fact, already knocked out.
He was fried.
Yes, indeed. Great. Why aren't you a quick spark? Brock suggests to Ash, you see, I've got fucking counter everything you have.
Lightning quick wet.
Yes. Well, now, lads. Let's move on. We don't want to get static here. So to retreat as the Raichu is too powerful, it's a complete mismatch, right?
Yeah.
Ash tells Pikachu to return, but Pikachu refuses. They don't believe Pikachu still wants to fight, and really it shouldn't.
Okay, well, Ash called the match there. It should have ended.
It should have ended, yeah. But Pikachu turns around for a second round. Pikachu charges at Raichu. Get it? As Surge appreciates its moxie. Back into battle mode. Surge tells Raichu to use Thunder Punch, which connects with Pikachu. Then calls for a Mega Kick, which is successful as well, and Pikachu's knocked out again. But then, Team Rocket, they're watching this battle as well. They're watching from outside, delighted that Pikachu is getting its ass kicked. But they also appreciate that Raichu is very strong, so they're kind of like, ooh, who's the target here? Jesse thinks that if Pikachu loses the battle, then it's not worth catching after all. And they've wasted all this time for nothing. So in this weird logic, they're now rooting for Pikachu to justify them being terrible at their jobs.
Yeah, wasting weeks.
Which is a really good logic to it, the more I think about it. It's just like, like, when you think about it, why would they support Pikachu in this? They want to rally it up so that it's more powerful so they can capture it later.
Yeah.
Long-term booking. I like it.
Very long-term booking is an episode in advance.
Yeah, true. But even still. Miel suggests that they capture the Raichu instead, but he gets several bonks in the head for that suggestion. Then they both start rooting for Pikachu instead. James says Surge is ready to finish the match, which he does. It's a Thunderbolt attack, and Ash calls it the Pikachu as it shrieks in pain.
Fantastic.
That's the end of the first half of the
What
episode.
a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's like, what has happened to Pikachu? Is it dead? No. Because it's a kid's show. So, James,
Yes.
because we are at our ad break, you know what this means.
Yeah.
It's time for...
Who's that Pokemon?
Do-do-do.
Who's that Pokemon?
Nice. So, as I said, this is your turn. You have a massive lead now, so not even in this episode or the next one can you actually be caught.
Oh, jeepers. Okay.
So, you have free reign over us at this point.
Just let's go through again. What's the
Okay,
scores?
fine, fucking
What's the
asshole.
scores?
Your point so far is you're on 24, I'm on
Really?
14, and Burkbot's on 13.
Okay.
Aw.
So, probably in my interest to get Burkbot to get this, but for it to last as long as possible.
Yes,
Okay.
theoretically.
Okay.
Although, again, it really makes jack shit at the end of the day.
Okay, so, I'm going to give you its X Pokedex entry.
Okay.
When tapped, this Pokemon will pull in its head, but its tail will stick out a little bit. Starting with Burkbot.
When tapped, its head will poke out a little bit.
When tapped, this Pokemon will pull in its head, but its tail will stick out a little bit.
Okay.
Burkbot.
Okay. When tapped, it would suggest that you can freely walk up to this Pokemon and poke it with a stick.
Yeah. So what does that eliminate for you? Ghastly.
What's the best Pokemon for whack-a-mole?
Oh Jesus! I feel like it'd be Squirtle.
I was thinking along the same lines. I was going to go for War Turtle.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
5 points.
Nice! Okay, for those of you in the room, Burpot's been on a beanbag. She's just fallen over in disgust. She's stranded. She's a turtle on her back. You'd love to see it.
Don't want to pay anymore.
Okay. Boy, did I ever need that.
Oh wow.
God damn.
There goes my uncatchable lead.
Yes, I'm in range to draw now in the next round.
I hate this.
And the great beauty
Can't
part.
even get comfy anymore.
And do you know what the best part is as well? Burp goes around his neck, so she can't even catch me until episode 17.
I'm stealing some chocolate.
You go get your Twix. You'll feel better. Feel free. Yeah,
Yes,
feel free
it's
to
a
rummage
chocolate
my fucking snack table.
Go back up as well.
Yes, please stop making a mess of my house. That would be great.
Oh my god, I'm so annoyed.
You feel like really startled right now. Oh, if there's one thing that Burpo wants to do right now, it's to withdraw. Oh, watch out, James! You're gonna get skull bashed. You're gonna get fucking water gun later on. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna stop giving her ideas now. Okay.
Okay, here's the awful question. Do you want me to pull further ahead, or do you want Jonathan to level with me and leave you so far behind?
Neither of them are good options for me, so I'm going to ignore that question.
Just eat your Twix and feel better.
Yes.
Okay. So, just to be clear, yes, we do have emergency Twixes on hand whenever a situation like this arises.
It was out earlier on in case Arsenal didn't win.
Indeed. Emergency chocolate bars other emergency chocolate bars are available, we have to remind you. By the way, I don't know if you guys have not been aware of this, right? But I don't think Rick Nash is going to like me mentioning this. They did a Chocolate World Cup on their Lobos podcast. Do you want to have to guess who won the Chocolate World Cup? If you had to pick, like, what was the best chocolate bar, what do you think you would have got?
Twirl.
Bounty.
Twirl didn't make the cup.
What?
Bounty didn't make the cup. The winner was Buttons.
What?
That's not a bar.
It's not a bar.
It's not a bar.
It's not a bar.
Rick, are you listening to this? Are you writing this
It's
shit
not
down?
a bar. What the fuck?
They did a Crisp World Cup as well, you know.
Okay.
Do you want to guess who won that?
Fucking Buttons again.
I'm gonna guess Skips somehow.
Okay, how about you, Burpa?
I'm
Best
saying that
friend.
just because this has to be like a stupid answer.
Okay, right, yeah, okay.
Bacon fries.
Bacon Fries was in the last
Bacon?
16.
What?
But Skips was the winner.
Ooh.
What?
Skips was the winner, yeah. Meanies also made it to the final. The final was Skips and
Right.
Meanies.
How did Tato get on?
Tato was knocked. Was a semi-finalist. There apparently is an ice cream World Cup due. By the time this gets out, it's probably midway through. So we just say we'll just guess who should win in the ice cream World Cup. I mean, clearly our votes are going to count. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm preempting this now, so that another fucking shambles like FIFA doesn't kick in.
Oh, I do love a rum and raisin.
Ooh, rum raisins, a good shout. Ooh.
That would be my vote.
Twix ice cream.
Twix ice cream was fucking gorgeous.
That was an
Holy
unbelievable.
shit! And it's the fact they don't
It's
even make it anymore.
Mars ice cream as well.
Oh,
was
Jesus
the
Christ.
shit.
That is ice cream for my heart.
Yeah.
I
So I think you're going to be backing me on that one.
Oh, I would endorse this shit out of the Twix. There was a time in my life during the summer holidays I was eating nothing but Twix ice creams.
Back in the day, now this is a good 10, 12 years ago, there was like Biscuit Twix, like a special deal from
Yes.
like Dunn's.
That's right,
That
yeah.
was the shit.
Oh, yeah. No, that was great stuff. If I'm going to have... If one should win, it should be a Magnum.
Ooh.
Just solid black Magnum should win it.
Surprised Cornetto wasn't.
Cornetto could win it.
Ooh, the mint cornetto.
Mint
cornetto.
No, sorry, it's still Twix ice cream.
Or the M&M's Cornetto, the one that has the M&M's stuck in the core of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I hope you're writing all this stuff down, Rick, because if this doesn't make the finals, we are pulling the podcast.
Like this should be honourable mentions.
Yeah, exactly. We're the tiebreaker now. Yes, politicked our way into there. Fantastic. That's how Qatar would have got the World Cup. We're gonna do the fucking same thing.
What, talk about ice cream?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, so second half begins with Ash at Pikachu's bedside with Misty and Brock watching on. Pikachu is covered in bandages and it wakes up. Ash is glad to see that it's okay. But Pikachu looks annoyed for some reason. I love this as well, by the way, because in Pokemon Yellow, when you do get your own Pikachu that follows you around, if it loses a battle, it's also annoyed immediately. Look, it just pissed off that it lost. It was like the prototype to the happiness scale that would be in the future generations.
It's also the easiest thing to break because whether or not your item did anything, Pikachu got the points for it. So if you had a potion and your Pikachu was at full health, using that potion didn't actually use up the slot.
Yes.
But your Pikachu got happiness out of it.
That's
so
right.
So you could just use that potion 20 times. Your Pikachu loves you. You get a free Bulbasaur.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's gas-like. Or again, I love that for sometimes certain things would happen. Remember the Jigglypuff in the gym in the Pokemon Center? You get the Jigglypuff to sing, and your Pikachu automatically falls asleep and stops following you. Then, so you can just leave the Pokemon Center, and then it's oh, I'm awake.
Try to use the Thunderstone on your Pikachu in Yellow.
Oh, he goes
it got pissy at you.
Yes,
for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it just keeps. Yeah. It's like your Pokemon Yellow is like if Ash Ketchum was smart. Yeah. Basically, that's the episode. That's the premise. Brock says it got hurt pretty bad. Ash can see that, but Brock clarifies, no, it's pride that's wounded. Its spirit has been broken. They're saying that it got completely overpowered by Raichu and it can't accept it. Ash says they'll win next time if Pikachu tries harder, but Misty says it was trying its hardest. That's the best it could do, and that's why it's pissed off.
There's literally an upper limit to what it can do.
Yeah, that's it. It's reached a ceiling, or so it believes. So Joy overhears a conversation and suggests there might be a way to beat Lieutenant Surge, which I like. I'm curious about her motivation here, because she's in Clover because of all these Pokemon coming in and using her service. I know it's free healthcare and all that, but she likes the business.
Yeah, no, but he has been flooding the hospital with cases. So if there's a way to stop that,
perhaps,
then
might be in their best interest. Yeah, maybe.
Also, I kind of have an idea that Surge is a new gym leader in town who hasn't really gotten the idea that look, these are kids who are coming in.
You're being too hard on them.
You cannot use the one that your ace Pokemon that you've had for 20 years.
True.
You do not do that with kids.
Yeah, because it's established in other series.
This is Boris Johnson rugby tackling.
Oh Jesus! Imagine Boris as Lieutenant Surge. Fuck me. He's still got the bowl cut, the faux haircut.
But that is how I see this. It's look. He's a gobshite. He doesn't get that.
He's playing too rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So anyway, Ash wants to hear what Joy's idea is, and she brings a little box that has a Thunderstone in it, which is a very nifty thing to have in Vermilion City. It's almost as if the gym leader is an electric type. She found it a while back, apparently. Brock explains that a Thunderstone can evolve Pikachu into Raichu, and Joy suggests that he thinks carefully about this because if he evolves Pikachu into Raichu, he can't change it back because he can evolve but not de-evolve. And then Digimon said, no mate, we can do both. At which point that was the selling point. Oh, we can bring it back.
Just watch more marketing this way.
Yeah, exactly. So Brock says this, clarifies that Pikachu may never be the same again. So this is the dilemma of the episode. And I really enjoyed this part for some reason. I remember this so vividly as a kid. It's holy shit, Pikachu said no to evolution. I'm there playing my own game with my Raichu.
Pikachu's a creationist.
Not even that though, but I'm playing my own game and I think I've got everything evolved. I've got Moonstones, Firestones, Leaf Stones, the whole shebang, and everything's working. And suddenly this little shit doesn't want to evolve.
Yeah.
In my view, that should not be an option. You can do as you're fucking told. You got a job to do, son. So yeah, Ash mulls it over, saying an evolved Pikachu might win the fight, but evolving it just to win the fight will make him just like Surge. What I think is that if you're gonna like give Ash any form of character, that's it.
Yeah.
That explains his character. It's just like he wants to do it the hard way because he loves Pokemon the way he is.
Yeah.
You know, so there is a stubbornness in that sense, but like the fact that his whole character is that he wants to be friends with Pokemon over everything else. You know, so he's not like a full-fledged trainer like the likes of AJ, who's like win at all costs, or Gary even.
He's like that type of teacher that you would have had that wants to be your friend, and you're like,
really nice, but you don't really.
That cares about the kids as like, you know, their own children, but then mightn't necessarily be the best teacher.
No, like he's like genuinely good person, but not a good like best at his like skill set.
Yeah.
Just thinking like Bulbasaur is just as stubborn as Ash in some of those senses because later on we have Bulbasaur doesn't want to evolve.
That's right.
And,
yes.
like resists it so much.
That's
And
right.
I think this episode is the exact same plot.
Yeah.
Just like transplanted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Planted.
Well, aren't you clever? I love that you planted that seed for later.
Hey.
See, I got fucking counters for all you bastards. Fucking come at me. Come fight me with my razor sharp wit. Because it's razor leaf, you get it?
Oh yeah.
See, I had to fucking work for that one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, put you all to sleep powder with this. So, so Ash asks Pikachu what he wants to do. Explain the situation that he wants to win, but likes him the way he is. So Team Rocket are watching all of this from the window, further like kind of expanding on what's going on. Pikachu thinks about it for a bit, stares at the stone. He then gets up out of the bed and swats the stone away from his tail. It's really suspenseful the way he does it because he's looking at it, he's thinking
like,
about it.
Will I? Is this the No, fuck you! Bam!
Yeah, I did like that. I loved how it was that kind of split second because you're thinking like, fuck, maybe he does do it, and then he gets a Raichu for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
But no, he just sticks the way it is.
I'd say they regret making Raichu, like the company regrets making Raichu a thing
In hindsight now,
for the whole time.
Mm.
Like, had they, they've designated Raichu as like, yeah, but everyone likes Pikachu.
Yes.
So why would anyone go for a Raichu?
Especially considering now that they've kind of
given-
locked down the Pika clone trope.
They've given Pikachu, they can't give Pikachu extra forms because then they have to do one for Raichu, which no one cares about.
Yes.
So they're screwed.
I wouldn't say it's screwed. It's just like they've reached a ceiling with Raichu as it is.
But you take it, they had Mega Evolutions put out back, how many years ago now?
Mm.
But only the last form can get them.
Yes.
Which means that they couldn't give one for Pikachu.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Like, I can guarantee you that
You
if
wanted to do
Pikachu
that.
was a standalone thing, or Pikachu was the last in its line,
Yeah.
that Pikachu would have a special form.
True, because they've done stuff like that now in Sword and Shield with the G-Max, so they
Yeah.
kind of like justified it that way, or the Z moves even.
Yeah.
So they said, oh, Pikachu has a Z move, or Eevee has a Z move, whatever
Yeah.
it is, because Eevee's now the second mascot in that way. So they have like
And
reasons.
Meowth is the third.
And Meowth is the third, yeah. So they kind of like they've justified it in that sense, but yeah, at the time you can see like just over time when they started making new Pokemon, they had to, for marketing purposes, they had to have like a Pikachu-like type Pokemon in each
And
generation.
don't dare let it evolve because
because it's the
we
cute
don't
one,
want another
it'll sell.
Raichu.
Yeah. Well, no, they're cute Pokemon. They don't need to evolve in that argument.
Yeah.
Marill is perhaps the one exception to the rule because of Peekaboo.
Yeah.
So they said, oh, we'll just make it a Pokemon anyway. Like it's Marill and Azumarill. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But Marill was only for like the movie really, and that was it. It didn't really serve a purpose after that.
It was Tracy's Pokemon.
Yeah, but no
He
one
was
likes
the
Tracy.
best.
No one likes Tracy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
You should. It was still this show.
The fact that like James is the one that knows what the Orange Islands is something else. That's a real shocker to me. So anyway, back to the episode.
Oh, that's
Pikachu-
going to be painful. If we ever
We're just going to replace James for that arc. Like, we're just like, so James is on holiday. We're going to replace him.
refusing to do these episodes.
We're going to replace him with a non-unionised Southern Irish equivalent. So
Fuck.
the fucking death glare I got there was perfect. So Pikachu starts gesticulating at Ash. Just to be clear, he's not from the north. He just sounds like he is. Just to be clear, that's why we call him.
Call him the Nordy.
We call him the Nordy. Yeah, that's it. It's the only reason. So Pikachu starts gesticulating at Ash, and as Meowth starts weeping from the window, calling it so brave. Jesse asks for a translation, and Meowth says it won't change. It wants to be Raichu just the way it is.
Yeah.
Jessie can't believe it'll fight again, and as itself, with Meowth saying it's fighting for all Pikachu. And this starts making James crying too as well. He's just overwhelmed with the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
Isn't Raichu just Pikachu, but
More.
a step further?
Yeah.
Hardier.
There seems to be like this sort of turf war between the Pikachus and Raichus.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's weird.
You've changed, man.
Yeah, you used to be cool. Now you're a little picky for the corporations. Pikachu is an anarchist, is what we're trying to say. I don't know if that came across.
No, he's a doe-eyed idealist.
Yeah, that's what he is.
He's like the college student who thinks they can change the world.
Yes, and they kept proving wrong.
Raichu's the middle-aged jackass who knows that's impossible.
Yes, Raichu's got a mortgage and says, "Fuck this." Basically.
I used to be like you, kid. Then I grew.
I got a Thunderstone, and god damn it, I had to pay the fucking arrears on that.
I have Pichus to look after.
I got 3 Pichus, man. I got to need this job.
3 Pichus with 2 different Pikachus.
You have any idea how hard it is to keep the benefits on that? You have to keep them happy, or else you won't evolve. Anyway, so the fuck are we at in this?
I think we lost the plot.
Yeah, we've lost the plot. Okay, here we go. Right, so it's fighting for all Pikachu. James starts crying. Ash grabs Pikachu's hands as they pledge to beat Surge together. Brock suggests he uses a different Pokemon, but Ash says they'll do it even if it's difficult.
Yeah.
Pikachu keeps talking, and Meowth translates, saying it will prove it can be it can beat Raichu. It will defend its honor and Ash's. And James just weeps openly, and Jessie herself, being the cold-hearted bitch that she is, the eyes are starting to well up a little bit.
They glisten.
They glisten. Ash asks if it's all charged up, but then Pikachu flops back into bed.
Yeah.
Further answering that question. So Misty gets a can of lemonade from the vending machine, as Misty asks if she says that she's nervous about the battle. Ash thinks she's nervous for him, but Misty says, "No, I'm nervous over Pikachu. I don't care about you."
Yeah, that's fair. I concur.
We all agree on that. Brock butts in to ask Ash, did Surge say he evolved? To clarify that Surge said he evolved Raichu the second he caught it, which he did. Brock thinks, aha, we have a chance here, a way of winning. So Ash and Pikachu walk out as Ash says their lucky star is shining today as he points and looks towards the sun. Pikachu looks up and sees nothing, as does Misty.
There's a sun, which is a star.
Yes. Misty appears and also sees nothing. She says, how can you see a star in the middle of the day?
The sun.
How can you see a star in the middle of the day? How can you see a star in the middle of the day? God, Misty's an idiot. Anyway, so Ash fobs her off as they walk off. Ash and Pikachu stride off to the gym, but are stopped on the way by Team Rocket wearing overcoat and shades. They're not meant to be Team Rocket.
These are just like random cool people.
Yep. People dressed as the fucking Boondock Saints, apparently. Ash doesn't recognise them immediately and asks who they are, and they nearly do their motto by accident, but Meowth swats them with like a fan and to interrupt it. So Meowth takes over, saying that the challengers cheerleaders and say they're here to support Ash and Pikachu in their battle. Meowth calls them brave and they offer a cheer. Team Rocket gives them a cheer. It's not great, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a bit disturbing.
Yeah, like Jessie has this kind of weird like duck face, snake face. I don't know what way to describe it.
It's like people who aren't used to being happy, trying to smile,
Just like
and all the muscles don't work correctly.
Exactly, it's like someone who's like lived dour and just like the smile kind of like. It's like they raise the top lip.
Yeah.
And like they will show. If I show my teeth, does that mean I'm smiling?
Yeah.
You know. But the eyes haven't moved. You know when someone's smiling, the eyes crinkle
like
up.
Botox eyes.
Yeah, it's like I'm so happy to be here. So anyway, after the cheer is done, there's like an awkward silence, and then Meowth tells them to split, and they do. So they run away with their flag and their fans, and they have all the art draped over it. Like, who could that be? Like, you know, it's a mystery. You can imagine them trying to improvise this cheerleader gear, just like, fuck, what else do we have? Do you have a flag? Yeah, we do have a flag. It has an R in it. Okay, maybe they won't notice. So Brock calls it very disturbing, while Misty says thanks to Team Rocket. They're just like, like, oh fuck no. They spoiled the illusion. Ash gives him a...
Ash still has a clue.
Yeah, he just goes like, well, that was weird. So he gets back to business. So we walk into the gym. Surge asks the baby if it's ready for round 2. And notices Pikachu is still unevolved, saying he hasn't learned anything, which is true technically, but like, you know,
we'll see.
There's a massive
no
plan
new
here.
moves.
No. Ash tells him not to be sure about that, as the PA repeats the rules. Brock and Misty watch on inside, and Team Rocket outside.
Yeah.
Got audience for this one.
Yeah.
So, This is the real battle, lads.
Ooh.
So the bell rings and Ash tells Pikachu to do the strategy that the bell rings and Ash tells Pikachu to do the strategy that they decided on beforehand. Note to self, don't put out so many T's in a sentence. Surge says they've been planning a new way to lose, apparently. Mind games, you love it.
Well,
so Surge urges Raichu on and the two meet in the middle. Raichu swats Pikachu with its tail and Pikachu tumbles away.
I mean, all plans go, like everything can be really well planned until you get a punch in the face.
Yeah.
that is like...
Yes, that is how it works.
That is how this battle has gone.
Pretty much, yeah. So Raichu continues by whipping Pikachu with its tail whip. So Pikachu tells it to roll away, because you don't want its defense to get too low, you know?
Yeah.
So Team Rocket wondered if their cheer would actually work. Clearly it didn't. So Surge tells Raichu to body slam Pikachu, which it does. Surge orders another body slam to finish off Pikachu, but at the last second Pikachu dodges it and Raichu crashes down. Ash tells Pikachu to use agility as Surge commands another body slam. Raichu keeps missing it as Pikachu dodges away from every attempt. Misty says the strategy is working as Brock says Raichu never learned its speed attacks they only can do as a Pikachu. Ash tells Pikachu then to continue using agility. It seems to confuse Raichu as Ash says its weakness is that it's too slow to Surge. Surge isn't happy about that, so he goes, right, time for a fuck you Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Which raises the ground around Ash, smashes all the windows, just fucking everywhere. So dust clears and Surge thinks that the match is over, but notices Pikachu stood up on its tail and Ash is delighted because that was clearly not part of the plan. Brock says Pikachu used its tail as a ground and dodged the electric attack, which is relatively clever, and it's something that Raichu can't do because its tail is different.
Yeah.
It's not like secure enough to be able to stand on.
Yeah.
It's clever. Jesse says that was a shocking story, while James, holding coughing for some reason, calls it quite the tale. I think the idea was that coughing was this kind of like smiley, like laughing face. Yeah. So it was like it was almost like a warning, pun incoming.
Yeah.
You know, probably makes sense in Japanese. Meowth clatters them both for saying that they've both been punished. See what I meant? Like last week when I said the puns really kick in here to like a lethal event. Yeah. So Pikachu's back in the battle then as Raichu looks tired. Surge orders another Thunderbolt, but it's out of electricity. Ash orders a quick attack and Surge wants Pikachu taken down. But Pikachu gets there first and swats Raichu with its electric tail. Is the best way to describe it? It was just like a tail.
Yeah, it's
with electric in it.
Electric ball.
Perhaps a Thunder Punch, maybe? It's a bit of a stretch. Either way, Raichu is down and Pikachu wins.
So all Raichu got hit with was a tackle.
A tail whip even.
And a tail whip.
A quick attack, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing though, right? So now we're going to try and see if this battle would have worked out the right way, okay?
Yeah.
So again, going off the information we have, right, about Lieutenant Surge, taking into account that he evolved the Raichu immediately, therefore didn't learn any new moves.
Yep.
This kind of works out logic-wise, right? Because the new moves it knows is Thunderbolt, Mega Kick, Body Slam, all TMs.
Right.
Thunder Punch, you could argue, is something that maybe he taught like Raichu himself.
Yeah.
Right? So again, I that would be a bit of a stretch as well, but I think like that may make sense because Pikachu can't learn Thunder Punch either.
Yeah.
So you'd have to make the argument. So it must be a stretch. Maybe it is a TM in other games as well. So you might argue that like he got it that way. Either way, Raichu has been taught all the moves it knows as opposed to learning them naturally. So we think level wise it's about level 15.
I disagree with that. It might have been 15 at the time it evolved.
Possibly.
But, like, it is overpowered enough that, like, it should be well over 15 at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you take a look in the games that you're playing, and it's around level 27, isn't it?
It's in yellow it's level 28. When
Yeah.
like your average would be a lot lower than that. But of course it's the one Pokemon you're challenging, so it's like you whittle it down with your
I
team.
would have put it at about, sheer level wise, at about that.
Yeah, you could make the argument, but I was kind of basing that level off the fact it doesn't know quick attack.
When you think about it, that it was able to body slam Pikachu in the first match and take out Pikachu. It was 2 body slams and a Thunder Punch.
More or less, yeah.
So like, I would say around the 20 to 25 level.
Okay, well we'll reason it to be about 25 then.
Yeah.
Just for
if we're
argument's
saying
sake.
Pikachu's around at level 30-ish.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. So Again, the kind of kicker here for Pikachu is that of its moves. So we know it knows Thundershock and Thunderbolt already, and Quick Attack. But the key thing now here is agility. Agility is learned by Pikachu at 33. So we think it's around that region.
Yeah.
Okay. So this makes the battle a little more interesting because Raichu's, let's say, level 25, Pikachu's level 33.
Yeah.
So which would you think wins out on that with the level disadvantage? So Raichu has better moves overall, but Pikachu's higher leveled.
Okay.
And would have the speed advantage.
Just going to point out, in an actual battle, agility doesn't make it tougher to hit, it just makes Pikachu faster.
Yes. So the writers have kind of confused agility for double team.
The body slams will still hit Pikachu.
Yes.
Body slams still have a chance of paralysing Pikachu.
Yes, crucially.
So the fact that Pikachu's faster, Pikachu isn't doing anything with that, apart from he can move first. It's not like Pikachu has attacks that are stronger the faster he is.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's still Raichu.
I think Raichu would still win this.
With Raichu in his 20s, able to give, it's still, once it's still body slams, once it's still...
And a Mega Kick as well. Big damage on that.
Yeah. I'd still give it to Raichu.
Yeah, because I think the writers confuse agility for double team here, for the evasiveness gimmick. Yeah. And they do this a few times in it where the agility kind of acts as a de facto double team.
Yeah.
Which is, again, not major objections to it, because how else can you express agility? Because going by the actual word, you think, oh, it can flip around the place,
Yeah.
So you can kind of see it in that sense. But yeah, if we're taking Raichu as a mid-20s Pokemon, I think it would still win. Because as I said, it's got the better moves, got better stats, crucially.
Well, no, Pikachu has good stats from killing the 100 Spearow. That's still...
No, I get that, but you see the key thing...
It's still boasting off of that.
But what I was actually going to point out there, you'd argue it might have the speed advantage or perhaps might be better attack-wise, but the defense is the problem. Pikachu has horrendous defense.
Yeah.
It always has.
Yeah.
Now, Raichu evolving doesn't really help that in that sense, but it's better to have a Raichu than having a higher level Pikachu.
Yeah.
Because okay, you might have the speed advantage as Pikachu, fair enough. You'll get a good attack out. You need to be bonked once and your Pikachu's dead.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of main challenge with Pokemon Yellow, was making Pikachu work more, because they gave it a little stat boost, you learned a few more moves, that type of deal, but it was still fucking glassy. It still get knocked out.
I'd still say
I'd still go for Raichu here.
I'd still go for Raichu.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, I think so. Just evolve the Pikachu in a game sense. That's what you do.
Okay, different ways how Ash could have won if Eviolite was a thing.
Yeah,
Eviolite or a light ball.
What other Pokemon could he have availed of here? Because I'm thinking
borrowed Brox's Geodude.
Okay, assuming that's not an option.
Why not?
I mean, Brock doesn't share. Fuck that. Here, do it yourself, mates. I'm a gym leader as well. Gym leader's code. Bulbasaur is perhaps the best option, really.
Probably is.
Or Charmander.
Probably say Bulbasaur.
Because it'd have stuff like Vine Whip and maybe one of the powders.
Yeah.
And I think, am I right in saying it would resist electric types as well?
It would. With
the grass thing. So yeah, Bulbasaur would be the better option.
Yep.
So, yeah.
No, again, this is a 1v1, so...
And Bulbasaur's still a low level, don't we know?
It would be relatively low leveled, yeah.
Yeah, so level-wise, Pikachu is your top-leveled Pokemon, so use him.
Yeah.
Also, Pikachu wouldn't forgive Ash if he didn't use Pikachu in the fight.
No, that's true, yeah.
For plot, guys, for plot!
Yeah. Do it for the plot, people. So yeah, that's how we think it plays out. We think Surge would have still won regardless.
Yeah.
So Surge congratulates Ash and Pikachu on a good battle and awards Ash a Thunder Badge.
Yay.
Surge says he should be proud of that because he fought well together. Surge and company applaud Ash and Pikachu. See, they were nice guys all along. See, they're just gatekeepers, that's all. Surge says he's no baby. But I'm now the baby. So even Raichu applauds Pikachu, going hey, good battle, sport.
Yeah.
See, it's just a job, it's a living. Ash hugs Pikachu, which makes Pikachu shock Ash, but all they can see between them is lucky stars.
Lucky stars.
Missy remarks that they're quite a team, and everyone laughs at the two celebrate.
Should Lucky Stars have won that chocolate bar battle?
Lucky Stars was actually the finalist.
Milky Bars.
Yeah. Milky Stars was the other finalist.
Oh.
The finalist was Milky Stars and Buttons, because apparently it was decided by fucking 6-year-olds.
They're not bars though.
But they're not bars.
I know. It was a chocolate World Cup, so they
okay.
They opened it up then to all these fucking plebeians like Buttons and Milky Stars.
Oh, Milky Disc should have won then.
Potentially, yeah, they should have, but it wasn't even considered.
Those Lindor
Upended.
chocolate.
Lindor, there's no Lindor in it.
Chocolate.
Lindor
salty
was a-
How
balls.
is that a chocolate competition?
Look,
I need
talk,
some
talk,
chocolate
talk to
salty
Rick Nash,
balls.
right? Talk to Rick Nash, right? He made well, actually, it wasn't Rick Nash. It was someone else that made the rules. The fact that Lindor wasn't even considered was a travesty in of itself.
Shocking. Just like this.
No milk either. No milk. No fucking Lindor. Fucking sham of a competition. I said this at the time. People were outraged that Buttons won, and Twix was only a fucking quarter finalist. Twirl wasn't even the last 32. Twirl was knocked out in the qualifiers.
No.
Fuck him. Anyway, so
Fuck the low blows network. I put up with a lot of shit on this network.
But this is the final straw.
But this takes the biscuit.
Oh, there you fucking go. I'm not even going to counter that. I actually agree with that. I approve this message based off the Chocolate World Cup. The sham of a competition. Do you know what? We're going to do our own fucking Chocolate World Cup on Monday Madness. And we're going to fucking kick your ass, lads.
Digestives will win.
Well, no, we're not going to have. We'll have a Biscuit World Cup instead.
Oh, biscuit World Cup.
Yeah.
We can get Old Bag in on it.
Yes, we will. Yeah, that'd be great shit. Yes. Love it. So yeah, we Mystery Remarks are quite a team. Everyone laughs. Team Rocket are impressed by it, proven it's worth capturing. Meowth ponder that they can earn their own badges if they capture Pikachu, which perhaps is their motivation going forward.
No, it's never been.
No.
James only realises now they spent this entire episode cheering on the good guys as everyone goes, yes, I know, you're an idiot. End episode.
Right.
So there you have
what
it.
should Rocket have done?
What should Rocket interrupt the fight? Do something. Stop.
While Pikachu's in hospital, grab him.
Yeah, pretty much or just take on Surge yourself and kick.
One of the 2 times he was in hospital in this.
Yeah, I know. It's just, anyway, so because Rocket didn't do anything, we can't counter it. It's like multiplying by 0 here.
Yeah. Do something.
Do something. That's how we'll end the episode. Okay, so we only have one entry in the Pokedex here, and you'll be shocked to hear, lads, it's Raichu.
Shocking.
Yes, I know, it's terrible. Yeah. So, as we mentioned in our pilot, Raichu was meant to have an evolved form on top of that called Gorochu.
Yeah.
Kind of had like a punk rock type gimmick, kind of had the horned legs, that sort of deal. Basically, it was a scrap because it wasn't doing much. It was just a kind of a nothing Pokemon, really. But that kind of explains what. A little bit, yeah. It was kind of more impish, I guess. But that was, I suppose, from the prototype drawings as well.
Yeah.
And in fairness, it probably explains why Raichu was kind of feels like a mid-level evolution anyway. You know how with someone like Arcanine, for example, which was like a 2-type evolution, that was a huge jump.
Yeah.
Or fucking Cloyster, kind of the same way, or whatever it is. Raichu kind of feels like the middle, the middle point of a chain.
Of a chain, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of explains that. It does get a bit of love later on in Pokemon Sun and Moon when it gets to the Lowland form, which becomes actually is
Surfer dude.
Yeah, surfer motif, and I really like it. I don't know why. It's really neat. It's also a really cute reference as well to Surfing Pikachu, which was one of the kind of special Pikachu trading cards you can get. Surfing and flying Pikachu, I think they were.
There was Surfing Pikachu minigame in Pokemon Yellow.
That's right, yeah, with the printer or something. It had to do something to do with the printer, wasn't it? Some shit like that.
Could connect in, but if you got it on the 3DS, if you went into the old man's cabin, just south of Fuchsia City, there was a little mini game that you could play and just rack the high score.
I couldn't remember what it was, but so it's a nice cute kind of reference to it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. If you're kind of wondering what it's kind of based off, it's based off Jerboa.
Oh,
that's what it is there. Have you ever seen Gerbers?
No.
There, yeah. Look, it's like a little
like a kangaroo mouse.
It's kangaroo rat, yeah. It's I think it's Australian as far as I know, yeah.
Of course it's Australian.
Yeah. But yeah, look at it now. That's Raichu.
Yeah.
That's nailed on. That's quite accurate.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so you have it. Again, it's not much to say about it really. It's what it is what it is. A forgotten evolution in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it. I dig Raichu a bit. It just doesn't have much going for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because it's not the mascot. It's the Hugo to the Bart. It's the best way of describing it. So our current Pokedex countdown is 37 seen and 9 caught.
Okay.
As we enter episode 15.
Cool.
So, with that in mind, guys, thank you very much for listening. Sorry for all the criticisms of the Chocolate World Cup, but they were perfectly justified.
Sorry.
I'm not sorry. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm perfectly justified saying it. You know,
Yeah.
I think our consciences are clean here. You know. But in that case, thank you very much for listening. Feel free to obviously listen to us on the Low Blows Network every week, every Tuesday, until we run out of content. Follow us on Monday Madness LP to keep track of everything that we're doing, video-wise, stream-wise, podcast-wise. Perhaps you're watching this on the Nerds of Rust channel. If so, have a listen to Low Blows instead. You'll get this stuff a week early. And until then, guys, thank you very much for listening. Well, I've been Jonathan. That's been James.
Yep.
That's been Burkbot.
Sadly.
Still in the beanbag currently,
Yeah.
and will be until the end of time. We'll see you next time.
See yous.
Have a good one.
Bye.